Been looking for opportunities to make this some sort of like reciprocal George Floyd situation, and that's the part that I think he's almost giving away the game, and it's sad to see a lot of people going along with it.
You know, let me just say a couple of things. One is, what happened to that young woman was horrible, and it's everybody's nightmare. If you're in any public space, a subway, whatever, that something bad's going to happen to you or somebody you care about. So it does strike a chord. We don't know why that man did what he did. And for Charlie Kirk to say, we know he did it because she's white, when there's no evidence of that, it's just pure race mongering, hate mongering. It's wrong.
People are upset because Democrats' soft on crime policies allowed this man to get arrested 14 times and be released back into the public where he killed a woman in the most brutal and terrifying way. People are upset that Democrats labeled white people the enemy and scoffed at the idea of black on white crime being a problem and forced white people to endure racially motivated violence as some retribution for their historical wrongdoings. We know if the roles were reversed, if that was a white man and that was an innocent black woman, the media would run it as indicative proof of rampant, widespread white supremacy. Don't gaslight us by saying we're just randomly making that up. We've seen it happen with George Floyd, with Daniel Penny. Hell, it even happened with Kyle Rittenhouse, and he killed other white people. But of course, Van Jones has no idea what he's talking about, because here's audio after the man murdered that woman saying, "I got that white girl." Take a look. So there's the proof. Clear as day. It was racially motivated. But the left-wing media is intentionally choosing to ignore it because they want to push the narrative that racially motivated violence only occurs between white people on black people. Now, what this guy did and the way he did it, there's certainly some mental illness involved. But let's not pretend like the Democrats telling everyone for 4 years that all white people are irredeemably racist doesn't give black people the cover to view any disagreement with a white person as racially motivated and therefore justifies escalation to violence to teach this racist a lesson. But instead of using this moment to reevaluate their soft on crime policies, Democrats are instead saying this just proves we need more mental health services. But here's the kicker. This guy was in a mental health facility and was released. His mother came out and publicly said her son was insane, he was dangerous, and should have never been allowed to be on the street. Take a look at this.
There's a local reporter named Joe Bruno who put this on social media about what the suspect's mother said about her own son. She says when Brown was released from prison, Brown's mom said he started saying weird things. She says she got Brown evaluated, but his behavior became aggressive. So she got an involuntary commitment order from the courts. He was placed under psychiatric monitoring for 2 weeks and diagnosed with schizophrenia. But after he was released, she says Brown became so aggressive she had to kick him out. He became homeless. Brown's mom says the court should have never let her son out in the community knowing he had mental health issues and previous arrests.
The more and more we learn about this case, the more frustrated I get with the criminal justice system.
The problem with soft on crime philosophy is when you believe all crime is a result of poverty, then criminals aren't bad people. They're just desperate people. And if they're not bad people, then prison isn't a place to punish them and keep them away from society. It's a place where they should be reformed and prepared to re-enter society. And so it's baked into the belief that no one should be kept in prison forever. They had the mental health services. They could have kept him locked up. But But they didn't, despite him having 14 previous charges and being clinically diagnosed as schizophrenic. They thought, well, maybe this time he'll change. And it's always at the expense of the law-abiding public. And this reality demoralizes the law enforcement. What's their incentive or motivation to do their job? What's their incentive or motivation to put their life on the line to protect the public when these people are just being let out on the street? And then cops quit, crime increases, and it's a downward death spiral. Sure, sometimes criminality is a result of mental illness, but to say that we can't address the criminality because of the mental illness only puts people in danger and will further push people more into Trump's arms, begging him to take stronger measures to solve the crime.